Alright, so I've got a really cool idea for a modification today. As we've seen before, I've done deep Penrose cuts. This is a really cool puzzle here, which has just 3 45-degree cuts, and I've cut them down as deep as I could. And I really like the look of it, so I wanted to do a 4-cut version. Now what I mean by that is I want to do a cut here, here, and then I want to do a cut here and here. So it's going to look like 1, 2, 3, 4 cuts, but these two will be turned that way. So it'll be like a weird tetra diamond shape. We'll see what it looks like. For now, let's tighten it up and get started. Alright, so it's time to start talking about what I'm doing here. So I made 4 cuts onto the puzzle, 2 of them on one side and then 2 of them on the other, twisted by 90 degrees. I had this really cool shape in my head that I was going to make a Fisher cube that looked like one side of it had been grabbed and twisted with a lot of force. That was probably how I was going to stick the puzzle up, but for now I was just focusing on getting the shape right, so I took the puzzle over to my belt sander and I sanded down all the faces. I was just truing up all the faces to make sure everything looked right, and then I cleaned up all the pieces, getting them ready to be filled with epoxy sculpt. This really wasn't going to be a complicated build, it was just 4 cuts and filling everything in, so it didn't take that long to do all of this. After I filled all the pieces with epoxy sculpt and everything had cured, I took the puzzle back over to my belt sander and then I sanded all the faces down to the final shape of the puzzle. After I'd finished sanding the puzzle down, it was time to round over all of the pieces. I took the puzzle back over to my desk and I disassembled it, and I also filled all of the centerpieces since they hadn't been filled. I usually like to leave the centerpieces till last because they're a bit of a tricky job. I also drilled holes in the centerpieces so that I could access the screw. This would be a temporary hole as I was going to fill it in later. After I'd finished rounding off all of the pieces, I reassembled the puzzle, and I also filled all of the screw holes so that I didn't have to worry about gaping holes in all of the pieces. This is something that I'll have to show in a little more detail in another video, because it's a little tricky and it's worth its own video explaining how I do it. And after some hand-cut stickers, here is the puzzle finally done. I'm actually really happy with the color scheme that I've given this puzzle. It looks exactly like how I envisioned it, which is a Fisher cube that's had one half of it turned by 90 degrees. Now that I've made this puzzle, I really want to make a non-turned version, probably something like a slim Fisher cube, which I might try in a video a little later on. It'd be nice to see these two puzzles compared together, and I might even have some other videos in store for it. But anyways, I hope you guys like this puzzle. Give this one a try for yourself. If you have made a Fisher cube before, then you pretty much have all of the knowledge required to make this puzzle here. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.